when, you know, I was working hard. I was working 3 jobs at one point. I worked 3 jobs for a long time, actually. And I guess the turning point for me, like the shift, was I walked in, like, when I moved back home, my room was now, like, we transferred the garage. That was my room. And I don't think my mom even knows this, but I would hear her at the kitchen table, and I would hear her, she was actually in the office table, which was right by the kitchen. I would get up and walk through, and I could hear her in there crying, and she was doing bills, and she just couldn't figure it out, you know. And one night, I had heard of, you know, these books, and there was a couple of different books that kept, like, kind of playing in my head, the business books that, you know, I wanted to just go check out, because leading up to everything, my entire life, it's been, you know, I've been conditioned to go to school, get a job, you know, that's the way my entire family did it, you know. But I also saw the people that went through that and what financial situation they were in. So one night, you know, when I heard her crying this night, and it wasn't the first time, and I knew that it just tore me up that I couldn't actually do anything about it, you know, and that's really what hurt, is hearing that and wanting to help so bad but not being able to. So I turn on the TV, and I'm watching a preacher, listening to what he's saying, and I just kind of started thinking, you know, why am I here? Well, why am I in this situation? And I was raised, you know, I was born and raised around, and I was brought up in church. We were at church every Sunday, and I started thinking, you know, why has God done this? And sorry. So I hear, so the guy comes on TV, and he reads Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to help you and to give you a future and hope. And it's like, that's when it clicked, and I realized that it's not God. I have no reason to be mad at God. He's on my side. And so I made the decision to actually go from there, and I remember I got in my car, and I went down to the local bookstore, and I barely had enough gas to even get there, and I wanted to buy this book. I'd heard people talking about it, and I had no experience as an entrepreneur at that point. And so I get there, and my debit card had like $11 on it. I knew how much I had in my account. It was like $11, and so I go and I find the book. The book is like $19.95. I knew that I had some extra money that I could put in my account, and I would get it, you know, it would go through, but couldn't do more than, you know, $25 or so. But they didn't sell the book as one book. It was a 3-pack, his first 3 books. And so I'm thinking, okay, roadblock, this really sucks, you know. So I actually borrowed, and I've told part of this, but I've never really, I don't know if I've told anybody. I borrowed the money from the person in front of me at the line in Hastings to buy this 3-book set. And I went home and I read the first book the entire night, nonstop. And it started talking about, you know, that's kind of like what really gave me, okay, there is a way, you know, there's a formula out here. There's other people doing it, and it's because of the actions they take, the decisions they make, you know, some of the stuff that they do. And that's when when I first realized that. Because up until that point, all that was new. I started talking about assets and liabilities and how you can actually go and build a business and make money and create your future. So that was kind of the turning point for me, the introduction to entrepreneurship.
That's amazing, man. I was in the line behind you, you were the person in front of me, and you bought my lunch.
Yeah, it was for sure.
Like, I think that's why I do, you know.
Yeah, I would say.
And just this weekend, you know, I mean, that's, some people, their thing is they buy clothes, you know, with their extra money. Some people like to buy stuff to fix up their car. You know, I pick up tabs for people. I love it, man. I mean, it's just that gratefulness. And I think that, and I never even realized that till just now, just talking to you. I think that maybe is like where it stems from, you know, just that kind of repaying that favor.